So, firstly, we look at the permanent side. It's around building relationships, understanding the business in its entirety, and driving strategic growth over a prolonged period. Now, if we look at a finance leader from an interim perspective, it's about instant impact. You are on a daily rate or often a high cost base from the moment you join the organization. So, it's about the impact you make and not the relationships you build. Now, I will put it down to one thing: volatility. So, due to the fact that there's so much volatility economically, geopolitically, we are seeing massive impacts to organizations. And within the short term, they need leaders that are going to be able to support their business on navigating these issues. Now, they may not know what the long term impact for their organization is. So, bringing someone in with a long term strategic vision may not suit their current needs. I think there's two sides to this. If you are going to take standard roles that do not add to your CV, then I would say no. They are going to be a hindrance to potentially you getting a long term permanent opportunity. If you are going to take on new opportunities on an interim basis, they're going to add skills like M&A, refinancing, scaling, transformation, turnaround, then yes, very much so. You're going to be able to add skills that you didn't have, and you are going to be able to move that much quicker into a CFO position. I think it's quite easy to explain. It's about the resilience, the ability to go into an ambiguous environment and still say narrow focused on the task at hand. If you have that ability, then you're always going to be successful in an interim role. My personal opinion that it is fraught with difficulty. So, firstly, you need to be hyper intentional. You need to target roles based on experience, transformation, private equity exposure if you are going to move into this market. You also need to build a strong brand, network extremely well, and make sure that you gain greater exposure to the hiring managers that will potentially bring you on. But you've also got to think about the fact that you may be out of work for a little while. So, it is more of a lifestyle choice than that of a permanent position. Now, it completely depends on the role and the responsibility that you're going in for. But I think that they coexist very much. As a interim leader, you need to have the fundamentals of technical accounting and you need to understand the forensics of finance. But then you have to have this ability to drive change and be a technical partner for the C-suite level individuals that want to impact the organization.